Hello, students of class 11 Commerce. Welcome to your business studies classes. This is my second class with you all, and in the previous class we have already started with the first chapter, that is evolution and fundamentals of business. So we'll try to recollect some points, okay, some topics which we have already finished in our first chapter, that is first session, that is we studied about human activities, isn't it? And human activities can be divided into economic activities and non-economic activities. We also studied that economic activities can be broadly again classified into business, profession and employment. Okay, so today we will take up one new topic, that is the objectives of management. Okay, now when we say objectives, objectives can be aims also, objectives can be goals also. Okay, so every business organization is established in order to have it, because they have some goals to achieve, isn't it? So we will study what are the objectives of business. Now the objectives of business can be broadly classified into economic objectives and social objectives. Okay. Now, in a previous class, we also studied about economic activities, isn't it? I hope you all remember what is economic activities. Yeah, economic activities means those activities which we do with the objectives of earning money, isn't it? We do those activities which we earn money, okay? So that is all about economic activities. So we will study about, economic objectives based on, okay, from the economic point of view. From the economic point of view, we will study about some objectives of business. Now, the first one is profit making. Okay, the first one is profit making. Now, we all know that, business, we do business in order to earn profit, isn't it? In order to earn sufficient amount of profit. So here, the concept of business can be of two category, okay, or it can be of two types. One is, maximum profit, and the another one is sufficient profit, okay. So when we say maximum profit means sometimes, the businessman, what they do is that they try to earn lots of profit in a shorter period of time by doing some unfair means of practices, like misguiding the customers, or maybe like by giving, providing artificial deficiency of goods, okay, or maybe sometimes they practices adulteration. So according to this maximum profit, this does not fit in the objectives of management, okay. That means any entrepreneur who practice all those kinds of activities will not survive in a business. That is what it says. And coming to the sufficient profit means, the concept here, it says that it is quite suitable, because it states that business should generate that much profit which is required for survival, growth and to gain recognition. You got it, isn't it? So sufficient profit means, an entrepreneur should generate that much amount of profit so that he can run his business, not to earn lots of money by doing some unwanted practices, okay. So that is all about profit making. As an entrepreneur, we have to be sure that we should earn profit, but at the same time we have to make sure that our profit making is not it's not vandalizing the community as a whole, or the the customers as an individual, okay. So that is the first point of economic objective, is profit making. The second is customer creations of customer, okay. Now, customer creation, yes, every business organization strive to attract more and more customers, isn't it? Because businessmen will automatically sell goods to their customer. Yes or no? That's why customer is also one of the most important element in business. Now, how can the businessman attract the customer? Let us cite some example. Like we have this advertisement that we see in the television, isn't it? So that is one way of attracting the customer, telling, publicizing about the product. When we go to some cities or even in town also, we see that there's big posters and all, hoardings and all, isn't it? We see about those are some advertisement, okay. So in that way they attract the customer. Again, one important thing is, the entrepreneur should try to supply goods and services at a reasonable prices and of good quality. So those are some of the examples how a businessman can attract its customers. Now coming to the third one, that is innovation. Okay. Now, when we say innovation, the other meaning for innovation is creativity, isn't it? Innovation means something different, something new. Okay, so with with the changing environment, at the same time, the customs and traditions are also keep on changing, isn't that so? The business entrepreneur should be wise enough to apply those kinds of changes or those kind of creativity while doing his business. We have so many gadgets, isn't it, coming up, and then so many the goods that we get in the market are something different from the other. So we customer will always try to go and buy something new, yes or no, something different from other. So some of the services, okay, are like to adopt easy method of distribution. This is also one very important way, as a kind of like an innovative way of attracting the customer. Now we have e-commerce, business, isn't it? That means we do business, we do not need to go to the town, but we do business through phones, isn't it? That is online shopping, yes or no? So these are all one way, okay, of providing or giving an innovative environment where the customers can able to buy their goods. Also, try to adopt some new techniques, okay, or do some marketing research about, what is prevailing in the market, okay, about its competitors, and then also to provide facilities also, some good facilities to the customer. So these are some of the, examples how an entrepreneur try to bring innovation in his business activity. So these are the points under economic objectives. Now coming to the social objectives, okay, Now business is established in society and plays a very important part in the society. That's why, as a responsible entrepreneur, he has certain responsibility, okay, or responsibility towards the society. He has certain obligation towards the society. So let us see some of the roles played by business, okay, towards society building. The first one is providing quality goods, okay, quality goods at fair prices. So the first objective, social objective, is to provide better qualities of product at reasonable prices, and that also on a continuous basis. Okay, so the businessman should not indulge in any adulteration or misguiding the customers, or some hoardings, all those things. Okay, so the first point is to provide quality goods at reasonable prices. The second one is contribution to community development. Okay, community development. Okay, community development also. Here, business should contribute something to the society. Okay, that means like, contribute for a noble cause. You got it, isn't it? Or maybe like establish some, schools and all, or maybe organize, health or vocational training. All these are some of the examples how, society, how the entrepreneur can help the society development, okay, towards society development. The third is fair return to investors, okay. Okay, fair return to the investors. Now see, the size of the business is growing so big that there are, instead of some few people handling or running the organization, there are, hundreds and thousands of people who are coming together and running the organization. So those people are known as investors. The one who invests in a company are called investors. They are called the shareholders, isn't that? So one social obligation, one social objective is also, to give fair return to those investors, okay, those who are investing in their company. So that is also another social objectives of business. The last one is providing employment opportunity. Providing employment opportunity, this is also another social objective. Nowadays, employment is one of the biggest problem in the society, isn't it? So the objectives, the social objectives of business is to provide more and more employment opportunities to the people, and also, businessmen should also consider those differently able people, or maybe, you know, physically challenged people to, you know, participate, okay, to participate for the overall development of the society. So these are the objectives of business, okay, economic objectives and social objectives. Now, coming to the next topic, that is the role of profits, okay, role of profits, and I'll write the points here. Okay, the role of profits in business. Now, we all know that profit play a very important part in an organization, isn't it? So, why is profit important in an organization, or why is profit important to run the business? Okay, so the first one is for long survival, isn't it? For long survival. That means just as like human being requires food to survive, like that, business also require profit to exist, profit to survive. Okay, so for long survival, we see that where, you know, business, we see those business where profit is very little or no profit, you know, close down their business very quickly, isn't it? So we know that role of profit is important for the long survival of business in the market. The second point is for rapid expansion or rapid growth. When you have more profit, when the business is earning more profit, obviously the entrepreneur will try to invest their money, isn't it, in some investable avenues, or maybe, like, you know, they will try to expand their business, increase their product line. Okay, so all these are examples that signifies growth in an organization. So the second point is for rapid growth. Now, the third point, okay, the third point is for increasing efficiency. Now see, profit is that force, okay, which motivates an individual to strive to work for better, okay, strive for better. That means, like, profit is one power which enables, or which motivates, or which encourages the people to work more. That means, for example, you are working in an organization where that organization is not earning enough profit. Obviously, you will try, you know, to do some other job, isn't that, or you will have some options. But if the same organization is doing well, if the same organization is performing well, then what you will do? You will work harder in order to create a status in that organization. Yes or no? So profit, you know, act as a force or power to motivate and encourage people to work more. In the same way, you know, the owners in the business, owners, okay, those owner wants to get maximum profit. That's why this profit enables those individual goals and those organizational goals, okay, or the owner's goals, to come together and work for a greater, objectives. So that is for increasing efficiency, okay. The fourth one is for building prestige and recognition. Yes. Now, every businessman wants to gain status, or maybe wants to gain, you know, prestige in the society. He wants to have a separate identity in the market, isn't it? So, for example, like, you know, if I give you two shirt, okay, one is just an ordinary brand and the other one is Adidas. So obviously you are going to choose that Adidas brand, isn't it? Because you know that the Adidas brand is good quality, and you know that brand, isn't it? So the brand is recognized. Okay, so every businessman try to establish that kind of name in the society. So how can that be possible? Okay, that means the businessman has to supply good quality of goods to the customers, isn't it? And also the entrepreneur will have to pay, if he could pay, fair return to the investors, okay, or adequate remuneration to the employees. All those things can be fulfilled only when there is profit in the organization, isn't it? If there is no profit in an organization, the entrepreneur will not be able to do all those activities, okay, all those functions. That's why profit helps in building prestige and recognition in the society, while doing in an organization. Okay, the last one is for earning more profit. Okay, now what does this mean? For earning more profit, when there is more profit, when there is profit in the business, obviously the businessman will try to invest, will expand. So when you are expanding, when you are venturing out something new, that means again more of you are generating more income, isn't it? So profit will lead to earning more profit. Okay, so these are some of the points why the role of profit is important in an organization or to run a business. So the points are, the first one is, what is it? For long survival, isn't it? For survival in the business, profit required. Okay, profit is required. The second is for rapid growth. When there is profit, there is growth, isn't it? For rapid growth or expansion of business. The third one is for increasing efficiency. Okay, efficiency means efficient utilizations of resources, isn't it? Efficiently utilizing resources in order to minimize costs. So that is the third point. The fourth one is for building prestige and recognition, isn't it? To build a status in the society. And the last one is again to earn more profit. Okay, so these are the points for the role of profits in business. Now, coming to the another topic, that is classifications of business activity. Okay. Okay. Classifications of business activity. Now, in our previous class, we studied about business, isn't it? Business in a simple, I explained that business in a simple term means what? Buying and selling of goods, purchase and sale of goods, isn't that? But again, I told you that business does not only mean that. Business does not only mean buying and selling of goods, isn't it? But what I said is that business involves all those activities, some of all those activities, right from the production till the consumption. That is called business. Okay, so okay, now business. Business equal to industry plus commerce. Okay, now see, in my explanation I told you that business is all about sum total of all those activities which is taking from the production, isn't it? So, okay, productions of goods can be categorized in industry. That means, for example, the raw materials has been converted into a finished good, isn't it? So the raw material, where the conversions of raw material takes place in industry. That's why they say productions of goods. Okay, so that is categorized in industry. Now when we say commerce, okay, what is this commerce? Now see, after manufacturing those raw materials, the raw materials have to be, has to be consumed by the customers, isn't that? Yes or no? The finished product has to be consumed by the customers. So that work is done by the commerce. Okay, so how is it? That means what? They transport, okay, goods to consumers. That means what? They transport goods to consumer. So when they are transporting goods to consumer, what are the activities? Those activities like, what is it? Warehousing, isn't it? Warehousing is a place where you keep your, you pile your raw materials or your finished product, isn't it? That is one. Then insurance. Sometimes the business also insure those those warehousing, okay, or their factories. That is also another activity. Or banking. Business take loan, isn't it? So that is also one, banking also one activity. Communication from the suppliers and the traders, isn't it? And transportation means the physical goods are being transported from one place to another. All those activities are being done by commerce. Okay, so when we say business means what? All those activities which are undertaken in connection with the productions of things and carrying them from the place of production, okay, to the place of consumption is called business, isn't it? So the activities connected with the production is called commerce, okay, and the activities connected with transportations of goods to the customers are called the commerce. You got it, isn't it? So in this topic, we will study differently about industry and commerce. Okay, so maybe in our next class we will take up a different topic about this commerce. So with this, we have come to the end of this session. We will continue our classes in the next class. Okay, thank you.